We'd like to welcome you here to Mid-America Christian University. My name is Eric Anthony Joseph. I'm one of the vice presidents here at this beautiful and wonderful school that you have selected, and we're just so happy to have you here at this campus. You're going to have a great time, and I hope that I will be a part of your development here on the campus of MACU. I am talking to you in regards to diversity. Unfortunately, I'm unable to be there, but I heard great things that are in store for you today. And although I cannot be there physically, there are certain things I would like to share to you as the Vice President for Strategic Initiatives and also the Chief Diversity Officer here on this campus. One thing is, there's a passage of Scripture in Romans chapter 12, verse 1 and 2. The Apostle Paul tells us, and I'll read it, "I beseech you therefore, brethren, by the mercies of God, that you present your bodies a living sacrifice, wholly acceptable to God, which is your reasonable service." And verse 2 is one of the most dynamic parts. It says, "And do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind, that you may prove what is good and acceptable and perfect will of God." The verse 2, where it says, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind, is very important here. Because at Mid-America Christian University, when we look at diversity, I know a lot of people like to talk about diversity, what makes us diverse, and we always concentrate on the things that we do not have in common. But I would like to share with you the things that we do have in common. One, that we believe here at MACU that there's one race, and it's the human race. And out of that race, we have a spiritual component and a physical component as well, as the Bible tells us. And there's also your soul and your mind. 1 Thessalonians 5:23 tells us that. But also, we also look at not just your race, the human race. There's also, you have an ethnicity and a nationality. Your nationality is what makes you an American being here in America. Your ethnicity is whatever's in front of the hyphen. If I'm an African-American, as they call me, then that means that my African part is my ethnicity, but my American part is my nationality. And out of that African part, there's many microcultures of that. Like if you say Africa, there's many countries in Africa, like Ethiopia, there's Nigeria, and so forth and so on. And also, when we look at gender, we know that's easy, that's male, female. So usually when people talk about diversity, they talk about the big four: your race, ethnicity, nationality, and gender. But here, I would like to tell you, and I'll challenge you, that there's much more to you that makes you so unique. You also have, in addition to your race, ethnicity, nationality, and gender, you have other social categories that make you so beautiful and unique. You have something called, which is a microculture. You also have what we call education. Your education, your formal, informal, and non-formal part makes you who you are. You have a socioeconomic status, your class, the money that you have or the lack thereof. If you have a student loan, you know what I'm talking about. This is for you. So you also have something called age. I know Aaliyah said age is nothing but a number, but it's much more than that, because we can also segregate you based upon age, and we also do that in education. We say that as you go through K through 12, you should be a certain age when you graduate. But when we look at age, there's different types of age. There's chronological age, there's a biological age, there's an emotional age. There's many components that what makes you so unique. And also there's your ideology. Are you conservative? Are you liberal? That's who makes you. That's a part of you. That's part of your microculture, a small culture. It's not you, but it affects who you are. You also have something called religion. One man or one woman's religion is another person's philosophy. That's also part of who you are. And at this institution, it will probably be your denomination and your denominational background. We also have your exceptionality. That's your ability to process information. Some people do well on written exams. Some people do well on time exams. Exceptionality is your ability to process information. There's abilities. As you can see, I have 4 eyes. So some of you have great eyesight. Some of you may have hearing, my sister's hearing impaired. So those are physical abilities that affect who we are. And but it makes us so unique. We also have, in addition to our race, ethnicity, nationality, and gender, our socioeconomic status, our education, our age, our region is our geographical location. That's very important. Where did you come from? Are you urban? Are you rural? Are you from the suburban area, exurban area, and all those things make a part of who you are geographically, just to come here to this one spot of MACU. We also have something called your sexual preference, also affects who you are, and we also have what we call your appearance, the way that you look is also a microculture. All these are what we call mini cultures, and they affect who you are. As you go through your training today, you're going to see that there's parts of you that are going to be that's going to help you make your decisions on the exercise that you're going to participate in today. So all those little microcultures, those 14 or 13 microcultures that I talked about, are going to affect who you are. Your socioeconomic status, which is your class system, that's very important to who you are. So here at MACU, we look at you and with having all these beautiful dynamics to you, and that's what makes you so attractive. That's what makes you so beautiful to the Lord. So if there's anything we can do to help you grow in any of those areas, please contact us. And I look forward to hearing about your experience when I see you in chapel September 5th. All right? That's when I'm speaking. That's just a shameless plug. Okay? So don't miss that day. I want to see you there. And then come up to me afterward and introduce yourself. All right? Okay. I think that's it. Okay. Bye and have a great time.